गुड इवनिंग, वेलकम टू द स्पोर्ट्स डॉइन। मैं हूं कुशाग्र और मेरे साथ आज हैं अनुराग एज वी लुक फॉरवर्ड टू a day which could have been for India, whether it is cricket or whether it is other sports, namely wrestling. A few heartbreaks, an historic medal after 41 years for the Indian national hockey team. Loads of people, with loads of emotions. I think कि हम लोग को probably realize नहीं हुआ कि how important hockey was for the nation, what an authority over the nation hockey commands, and आज के उस medal से वो काफी हद तक प्रूफ हुआ है. एंड ऑल आई वांट टू से इज all the best to the women who play Great Britain tomorrow. I hope एक और bronze medal आए. This continued success is followed through in hockey. As far as wrestling is concerned, of course, Anurag will talk about it. Massive congratulations to Ravi Kumar. He's won a silver medal in his weight category in 57 kgs, if I'm not wrong, men's freestyle wrestling.
Yep.
He lost, let's be honest, he lost to probably the greatest 57 kg wrestler of all time. वो इस particular bout में आए थे with 31 straight victories, and unfortunately for our man, that went to 32. That is not to say that he didn't fight very hard. He had him in trouble from time to time, but in the end, class को आप नहीं कर सकते हैं side. So that was there, but beyond that, let's just pay a tribute to the wrestlers. A lot of them, like Vinesh Fogart,
Yes.
lost in the quarterfinals, which was tough.
Yep.
Anshu unfortunately couldn't get through in her repechage for the bronze, and also as well as that, Deepak lost a very hard fought bout against his San Marino opponent, and unfortunately missed out on the bronze. But all in all, a very creditable performance by the wrestling team. Indian team की बात की जाए तो I suppose I'll leave that to you, Anurag. I would like to think I was happy at 97 for no loss, but unfortunately अब scorecard देखो तो 175 score. It's deja vu. It's the same thing all over and over again. हर बारी यही सीन चल रहा है. We talked about this yesterday, man. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about this day before yesterday, and I remember distinctly talking to Subhajit about this yesterday. कि 120 पे 4 रहेगा तो क्या करेंगे? फिर से हम जडेजा और पंत पे होप कर रहे हैं, and literally we are one wicket away from the same hope again.
And we could have been, I think, we were very close to being in the scenario where Jadeja and Pantu would have been batting because let's not forget, KL Rahul actually gave an absolute status to Sibley, if I'm not wrong. And Sibley भाई साहब ने बहुत बड़ा दान किया है हमारे लिए. Uh, Otherwise, it could have been even worse. It could have been 620, a day we've dreaded, yes, a couple of days ago. It could have been today. So, yeah, I mean, it's see, I think had had we not collapsed that way, I think this could have been one of the finest nights for us, for finest days for us as sports fans. Two Olympic medals confirmed, both of them on the podium. The men's hockey team pulling off such a magnificent performance, and you know, for somebody who stood like a wall like Srijesh, he had that finishing moment. He finished the game with a save. How often do you get such kind of a chance? And he actually confirmed a medal with a penalty corner save, which was quite good. I mean, it so easily could have gone in, and the Germans were quite clinical with their penalty corners on the day. So great stuff. Uh, Overall, and I think you already mentioned about Ravi Dahiya not being able to outpower Ugev. I think you could sense Ravi Kumar pretty much did everything he could within his
Yeah.
potential. It was just the man hasn't lost in 2 years. Ugev hasn't lost in 2 years. Hasn't lost an international match in 2 years. You can understand. You're facing one of the great wrestlers of this
Of
generation. So
all time in this category है.
in this category,
That's what
definitely.
we could say. यार 2 साल का अनबीटन स्ट्रीक कहाँ ही मतलब.
Precisely, and especially in wrestling, where uh, you know the game is just 6 minutes,
But
and
you're
it gets
bout
all the
after
more
bout
difficult.
after bout. It's
Exactly,
unreal.
and there are so many games you participate in, and you haven't freaking lost. That's absolutely majestic, and many congratulations to him. And also, I think I'm struggling to remember the San Marino athlete's name, but.
Yeah.
I was listening to the commentator saying it. He comes from a country with a population of 35,000, and right now they 33,000, if I'm not wrong. So right now they have the highest medals to population ratio. They have a medal for every 11,000 people in the country, which is the highest in the entire world right now, which is quite surprising. I mean, they sent 5 or 6 people to the Olympics, to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. They grabbed 3 medals. How outstanding is that? Massive congratulations to them as well. Coming back to the ever disappointing middle order of Indian cricket, I don't know what they were chasing on the day, especially when you had so much control. Uh, I mean, for to start off with, I understand. I wouldn't want to blame Rohit Sharma for uh, going with his instinct, but again, uh, it just feels bad when uh, you when you get out playing to your strengths. So, what I don't know
I don't
what
know.
happened there with.
I'm sorry. I'll slightly differ,
Disagree.
man. Like,
Yeah,
अगर उस
bata.
it may be a white ball strength, it surely isn't a red ball strength. Okay, अगर आप उसी शॉट पे बार बार लगातार you're getting out, right? I don't know if I will keep calling it a strength of yours. I think it's just stubbornness, as the rest of the team shows. It's stubbornness, that you do not change your ways. It happened in Australia, happened in the World Test Championship, it has happened today. And
Yeah,
you know what really pisses me off or grinds my gears? 2014 there was a pattern of dismissals for the top order. 2018 there was a pattern of dismissals for the top order. 2021 there's a pattern of dismissals for the top order. In 7 years we have not learned. विराट कोहली का हमने
unfortunately.
बहुत बहुत वो लोग कमेंटेटर्स दिखा रहे थे, it's all about not getting out in the last 2018 series. He played 250 balls, scored 117 runs, which is fantastic in a test match scenario. Yeah, I absolutely agree, kudos to that. But the big but that comes in, he did not get out to Anderson because at the very start of the series he was dropped. A dolly of Virat was dropped, if you remember, in the slip cordon,
Yep.
and uske baad he never gave Anderson a chance. Today, I understand you want to feel bat on ball, but you were touching a ball on the sixth stump, my man.
The first
I
ball.
don't know. I don't know. I know I've not played enough cricket to comment on your cricket or anyone else's cricket for that matter. But really, why was Ajinkya Rahane hell bent on getting run out? एक बार वो बचा था. He on his when he broke his duck, when he got his first run, he should have been out. Had the fielder got him, he was dead. And then you get a three, you get a four, you probably you gotten in some runs, you settle down. But no, there was a call from KL Rahul, I agree, but KL basically just stepped one step ahead and then called right back. It wasn't like
Yep.
he ran half the way down the pitch and sold him down. And yet our man was almost still shaking hands with KL. I don't know. I don't know when wickets were given away. Chiteshwar Pujara just didn't look comfortable. Just doesn't look comfortable. He just doesn't look comfortable. India, Australia, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, wherever you might play cricket, he doesn't look comfortable today. So there is only
Katie, I think the very moment which just justifying what you just said, the very moment he left that ball of Ollie Robinson, where he was given LBW, I think that was his defining moment of the day. How horrible he was with his judgment, how much confidence he lacked on the day. I mean, I've never seen Pujara miss such a dolly of an in swinger, and Ollie Robinson with all the height advantage that people keep telling, the bounce that he's able to generate, that was a villain for him on the day, because of that extra bounce, he actually, I think, missed out on a couple of wickets. Otherwise, I think the Pujara one, I think it was Richard Kettleborough. Uh, Kudos to him for actually giving it out, because in live, I mean, on the naked eye, definitely it looked bang on out, or at least in live
कूडोज तो
action.
ये कह दो कूडोज तो ये कह दो कि उसने रिव्यू ले लिया.
Yeah, precisely.
I don't know.
But again, yeah, he totally looked uncomfortable, man, and so did the entire
He
middle
did,
order.
he did, he did. I know
Yeah,
he didn't play for long, as in he didn't stay on for long enough. But यही problem है. चलो ठीक है, you might criticize Rohit and his 30s and his nonsense again. But this opening partnership was probably our best partnership overseas in 10 years.
yeah.
ठीक है, 97. Yeah, they fell short of that century mark by 3 runs. It doesn't really matter. For all sense and purpose, it was a century partnership. Yes, he got out, careless shot, whatever you might call him. But the both of them had played over 30, 35 overs out. They had seen off the new ball. I agree, England never stops swinging. But I don't know. It's just getting to a point wherein you have to question these guys as professional sportsmen now, as professional cricketers, because they make the same mistakes over and over again. I don't understand this. The four pillars of Indian batting are out right now. The
Yep.
so-called four pillars of Indian batting have been skittled away, and it's I really have got no confidence in this batting. I've got no confidence in this batting. I've got no confidence in what will seep into white ball cricket when white ball cricket comes back 2 months later, and what how will we be positioned then. But this team, okay. One last thing. I know I'm probably overstepping my bounds. This team wanted a break, but couldn't play more practice matches. They refused to play more practice matches. It's not like they couldn't have. They wanted a 3 week break. One man who chose to play matches was rewarded by being shunted to the bench.
Yep.
I agree we didn't need him yesterday. I agree we didn't need him. But what does this say about the rest of the team? What does it say about a Chiteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane? Okay, fine. Virat Kohli plays all formats, probably deserves a rest. But Ajinkya and Chiteshwar are barely playing in the IPL.
Also,
Their
it
faults
raises
are
plenty of
under
questions about the
consistent question.
selection, about the approach. Plenty, plenty, plenty.
Anyway, yeah, selection तो फिर भी ठीक है यार मेरे हिसाब से. I can't blame
Mm,
any of the people who were selected
exactly.
for
Yep.
others. I think Shardul को लेके आना is the right decision because he's repaid you with the wickets. He could repay you with runs as well. Whereas even for that matter, Jaddu obviously plays ahead of Ashwin if you're looking for a pure batter, of course. So I think that's fair enough. I think Ishant के ऊपर शार्दुल है और जड्डू के ऊपर अश्विन के ऊपर जड्डू. Fine, I can take that. All right. उनकी कोई गलती नहीं है. Problem ये है कि जो आपकी आप अगर 180 बना के भी आप कंफर्टेबल नहीं, मतलब 180 बनवा के भी
All
आप
out
कंफर्टेबल
करा के.
नहीं हो, तो
Yep.
आप कब कंफर्टेबल होगे? Do you want others to do a 36 now? Like really, I don't know when do we reach that stage where we can control a game. I'll take a few comments. I'll come back to you, man. Just about what your outlook is now. Kal ka bhi forecast is mostly rain. I think we'll be lucky if we get like 30 overs of play, a session of play. I think we'll be very lucky because it's worse than today, tomorrow's prediction. So I
Yep.
don't know what will happen of this test match. Though, let's be honest, we don't need 5 days of worth of test cricket to get a result. जैसे आज हुआ है 3 दिन में मैच खत्म हो जाएगा. Also, where do you think it places the top order for the rest of the series? Now that
Yep.
Jimmy Stewart and company know these guys haven't learned jack, they get out of New Zealand the same way, they get out here the same way, and there was an area found out for Pujara in Australia, which is now working again now. So I'll just read a few comments and I'll come back to you.
Yep.
Ramesh says, here we go. Rege says, begin with a tribute for Valentino Rossi, retirement official. Of course, Rege, the greatest of all time, without doubt, the 7-time world champion. He is going to retire after his 26th season in MotoGP. He is probably the reason, I think MotoGP has half of its fans that it does because Valentino Rossi is the name like Michael Schumacher. It was Valentino Rossi for motorcycle racing, and he's just a living legend. Him and Casey Stoney, I think Reggie himself was texting that on our group. That rivalry, initial rivalry with Mark Marquez when he had really come in, and all of that. Valentino will always remain the pedestal
The
for
poster boy of MotoGP. People who didn't follow the
absolutely.
sport knew the guy.
It's like Muhammad Ali with boxing, right? Or
Yep.
Pele with or Beckham with football.
Exactly. I mean, equivalent.
Absolutely. So yeah, an incredible career and many congratulations to him and all the best for what is to come. We were
Precisely.
80 for 4. We were not 80 for 4, but we were still disappointed. That's life.
मैं
That
40 रन
was
ज्यादा बढ़
Rohan,
गया बस.
from 97 to 112. We went 15 for 4. That's why we are
Yeah.
disappointed. Let's take a pledge. Yeah, I'm not even reading this comment, but yeah, I won't say it again. I'm done.
Yeah.
Dahiya OP, absolutely, Srishti.
Absolutely.
Dahiya Defo OP. And many congratulations to Mr. Dahiya. I know he was very disappointed, very dejected, and I'm not going to start. I'm just stopping jinxing Indian athletes anymore. Okay,
Also, KD, about Ravi Kumar Dahiya, I think in the Sony broadcast, I think Viren was telling this yesterday, right after his bout. Usually, at least during Olympics, even during the last Olympics, apparently the wrestlers had, because of the scheduling, after a day of their bouts. They had 1 day to recover, especially with their weight, to ensure, once they hydrate themselves, their weight goes up 1 or 2 kilos, and they'll have to get back to under 57 or whatever that benchmark
About that,
is.
yeah.
And for that to happen, immediately after his bouts yesterday, he hit the gym. He was there for 2 hours, and apparently he had his phone switched off and worked his ass off to get to where he did. I know he could be disappointed, but he absolutely did everything he could within his power. And as an Indian, all I could say is I'm absolutely terrifically proud of the man. And especially after listening to all these stories, it just adds even more respect. Uh, just fantastic work.
And at the risk of sounding a bit, bit too much, I would just, like to just, give a little bit of advice for whatever it's worth to Mr. Daya. दया जी आप अभी 23 साल के हैं एंड इमेजिन आपने प्रॉब्ली अगेंस्ट द ग्रेटेस्ट रेसलर ऑफ योर जनरेशन ऐसा परफॉर्मेंस दिया है वो अपनी पीक पे थे आप अपनी पीक पे नहीं हैं
Hmm.
3 साल में एक और ओलंपिक्स है आप
Yep.
सिल्वर मेडलिस्ट ऑलरेडी हैं यू नो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू and that is the conversion we need and I was so desperately disappointed for Vinesh Fogart. I mean, she was
Yeah.
thoroughly outplayed by Magdalena of Sweden, but yeah, she shouldn't have been. She was the better wrestler, but yeah, it's just been sometimes you peak at the right time, sometimes you don't, and it's
Vanessa Magdalena, right?
yeah, from
Yep.
the Swedish wrestler. So she had a positive record, like a 3-1 record against Vanessa, and unfortunately the second loss came today. But yeah, all right. I'll continue on with the comments. Venu is in the comments. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in. Srijesh's life has come full circle from '08. He has seen it all in sport and in life. Those last 6 seconds were probably the most tense 6 seconds for him as well as for Indian fans. Absolutely, when that penalty corner was conceded, I got up and the television remote fell from my hand. I got an earful from my dad because he thought I'd thrown the television remote, which all due fairness to him, I tend to overreact. So yeah, मतलब मेरा ना इतना खून खोल रहा था क्यों अभी क्यों अब गोल हो जाएगा this and that. In any case, that match went 11 seconds overtime. It shouldn't have. Okay, and अगर तब गोल खा लेते तो मतलब I don't know, man. I would have
Bro,
really
I
lost
don't
my
think
would
anyone
have
was
lost
in their
it
seat. I
like
don't think
anything.
anyone
Oh,
was. If anyone was able to sit through that without moving, kudos,
you know,
man.
Anurag, there was a point I was just looking at the clock. जल्दी खत्म जल्दी खत्म जल्दी खत्म 70 सेकंड 60 सेकंड 50 सेकंड I was just looking at the clock like खत्म करो Sky Reggae says Sky is the number 3 India deserves and also the one it needs right now. I don't know Reggae if you really can pull him in the red ball setup right now because
Let's see.
if you could pull up his Ranji stats, I don't have the faintest of ideas of how well he's performed in Ranji, but if he does have a record that which is worthy consider which is worth considering, then why not? We 90s fans of Indian cricket find ourselves in a peculiar situation. Earlier, our opening combination used to always be a problem, and our middle order used to save the day. Now, openers have started delivering, and the middle order looks very fragile and not dependable at all. Yes, Venu, but the only difference is अब हमारा जो lower middle order है ना, that's a given cushion for 50 to 80 runs because अगर वो नहीं होगा, we'll start losing by innings. And so yeah, that is there.
Yeah, and just adding to, I think you just asked for Surya's stats. I think there's one defining stat of his, at least in first class cricket. He averages less than 40, which is,
That's what I'm
I mean, as
saying.
much as I love the cricketer and the form that
Horses
he's
for
in right now, but that
courses. I
is,
don't,
yeah,
Anurag,
yeah,
what will the worry for me? You introduce him in Test cricket and वो नहीं चला, that affects his T20 and one-day game.
exactly.
अगर वो कभी भी टेस्ट क्रिकेट नहीं खेले ना, it's fine, it's
Chalega, yeah.
fine, it's fine. अगर रेड बॉल उसका गेम नहीं है तो जबरदस्ती मत खिलाओ. मेरे हिसाब से कवर के लिए देवदत्त पडिक्कल को बुला लेते यार along with शॉ. ओपनर को बुलाना था ना आपको, या मिडिल ऑर्डर का बैट्समैन चाहिए था, किसी और को बुला लेते. मतलब okay, fine, fair enough. 28 runs aside, KL Rahul, absolutely, man. KL Rahul is fantastic. Yeah, KL Rahul. Touch wood, KL. You gotta go and get a big one. Let's hope KL and Pant can do what they did the last time they batted together in England. I was gone with 30 minutes, lost my mind. Yeah, man. Don't even talk about it. That came after So 97 for no loss था जब I think Ravi
What
had
is
just
with
left the
Virat
crowd.
Kohli's teams and these spells of 30 minutes which ruins our
फिर
entire
से 30
day?
मिनट मैंने सुभजीत को
Yeah.
ट्वीट किया है, मैंने कहा कितनी बार ये 30 मिनट का गाना गाएंगे हम लोग, कितनी बार 30 मिनट के लिए रोएंगे, समझ में नहीं आ रहा. Yeah, Venu again. Rahane was having an Olympic Games hangover. I think running a 100-meter dash twice in a test match. Man face palming, man face. Absolutely, Venu. And I think he covered 100 meters in those two half runs. Oh God. He's just such a pity, yaar. It's not even he played like a shit shot. He just like threw his wicket away. Like why? Ajju bhai.
Yeah, I mean, when Venu puts it that way, he was literally sprinting for nothing.
Yeah.
Just brainless sprinting. Oh God.
Anyway, this is sad, but it was easily our best first session this season. It was
Yeah,
until it wasn't. Right?
yeah.
Rohit again in his 30s. I mean, Tejdeep, I agree. But I mean, मैं कितना रोहित को blame करूं, दूसरे तो 30s भी नहीं बना रहे यार, 3 भी नहीं बना रहे यार. Masoom says Jimmy Anderson first ever bowler dismissed Virat for multiple ducks. All right. I think the way he's going, we'll probably get a few more doing that. Ashwin, yes, of course. In Test matches, most balls faced by Indian openers in England: 253 Jafar Karthik, 225 Rohit KL, 121 Rohit Gill. I don't think this is like. I think this is the current crop. और रोहित गिल ने कब पाया वो खेली टेस्ट मैच में इंग्लैंड.
Exactly.
आई डोंट नो
Gill
मासूम व्हाट
wasn't.
यू टॉकिंग
Gill
अबाउट.
was barely existent or barely. I mean,
Gill
last time when
Gill
did we
Gill
go?
hasn't been there.
2018. No,
Gill
no, no,
hasn't
no,
been
no.
there.
क्या क्या चल रहा है भाई?
Gill to add, I don't know, there's some confusion. Virat Kohli becomes the first batsman to let James Anderson get him on a duck multiple times. All right, Rege. Before today, in the last 12 months, Anderson had averaged 12.35 in Asia. Wow, he's averaging worse in England. But then Asia में भी तो हमने wickets पकड़वाए ना उसे. Tailenders were batting first up, yeah. Start of 2009, only Sip Cotton is Bangladesh. Okay, so England need to work on the catching. KD needs Pratmesh is in the comments. KD needs to be part of Peralta's Halloween heist. That'll cheer him up. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Well done, GB, on the 50th medal. Oh, that's incredible. Great Britain have got their 50th medal. Many, many congratulations. I think the Great British athletes have done fantastically well. They've continued a tradition which they probably, I guess, rubber stamped in London in 2012, and they've been performing very well. I know in aquatics and diving and everything else, they've been winning all sorts of medals in skateboarding and everywhere else. We do play the British tomorrow in hockey, so let's hope. I'll be rooting for the Indian girls, of course. Anderson delivery with Dismas Pujara had a 12.5% chance of taking a wicket, according to XW model. Best ball is bowled in this test match. All right. हाँ नहीं मतलब Pujara didn't play a bad shot. He just got too good a ball. But the problem is, wahi dismissal has happened many a times in the last 12 to 18 months for Cheteshwar. The ball from Anderson, which dismissed Kohli, moved wickedly. All right, 1.1 degrees of swing into the skipper, followed by zero point 0.8 degrees of seam away from him. All right, okay. England just bowled one short ball in the entire innings and picked up a wicket. Wow. Sky is not in number 3 in red ball cricket, best suited in number 5. Pratmesh says, still an average below 40 in domestic, does not board very well.
Yep.
Men's game ka last minute may remembered something my senior used to tell me when I got out LBW too many times. Tange kaati.
Oh
Should
God.
have called Priyank Panchal. Yeah, I mean he's one of
अरे
the
ऐसे बहुत नाम है अभी, क्या करें?
unluckiest
Yeah,
players, one of the unluckiest players in the country.
truly.
This is KL's fifth first class innings since August 2019. What is it? Wow. Sorry, that man was actually an emoji. I know, we got that, sir. We got that, not an issue. Actually, it was fun to read out.
Yep.
रोहित गिल इन WTC. अबे बट वो इंग्लैंड में थोड़ा ना खेल रहे थे. और क्या है मतलब
इंग्लैंड में
इससे
इंग्लैंड में ही खेल रहे थे एक्चुअली.
अच्छा WT बट इंग्लैंड के अगेंस्ट तो नहीं खेल रहे थे. अच्छा मतलब न्यूजीलैंड की बात कर रहे हो. चलो ठीक है. ओके फेयर इनफ
It's
फेयर
a
इनफ.
matter of using words a little weirdly. It was mentioned in England, so yeah.
Yeah,
We will
all right. I
it'll
mean,
take time
fair
to get
enough.
used to that.
I'll
Yeah.
entertain your whims there, guys. But as
Yep.
Barkley says, how good is Kohli? What a knock today. Yeah, absolutely. A great knock. Didn't trouble anyone. Just came, went back for his team.
He doesn't like to trouble people much on occasions.
Hmm.
Good
And
guy.
And I don't know what to say. What to say? I think Virat needs to pull up
ये
his
देखो,
socks. And
ये देखो.
how good is England? I don't know how good
It's
is
like
England.
both of us are shit
It's a
right now.
competition of shitness, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly. Shithousery at its elite level. Elite Pro Max shithousery is, I think that's what, especially today and yesterday were. Uh, Again, I don't know, Kushagra, especially ever since we've started TSD, I think we've said this about a lot of test matches, about a lot of ODI games and a lot of T20 games. Whenever the batting performance has not been up to the mark, this is something we've been telling. The pitch didn't have much to do today. It was a batsman.
ऐसा
We've said
कुछ
this
नहीं था
plenty of
पिच में.
time.
हाँ.
And I'll reiterate this once again. I think uh,
मैं तो
I
ये
hate using these things.
अनुराग,
Yeah,
yes, ये just carry on, just one point. जो एक comment था ना with regard to the percentage degree of swing and degree of seam. I don't give a rat's ass
exa-
about it. It's your first
absolutely,
delivery. What
precisely,
are you doing fishing out there?
precisely.
Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
It could be a point 0.5 swing, 1.5 swing. You had to raise your bat and let it go. Yeah, I think that was what
Especially the way
most,
Pujara had gone.
especially the way Pujara has gone, especially the way Jimmy Anderson's almost 20-year career has panned out, especially with all the analytics you go through before coming into a game, especially knowing that this is something that ruined your 2014 tour so badly that it remains uh, the worst ever performance of his life, and that sort of kept haunting him. It keeps haunting him till date, isn't it? Like he can go on for
It
a
keeps
while.
coming and going
It
back.
keeps
Keeps
coming,
and मेरे
exactly.
हिसाब से, to be frank, it's been a very dull period in his international career since the beginning of 2020.
My word, I mean, uh, I think that's what we were talking a couple of days back.
Yes, his
Easily
team
the
has won a few
greatest century
series.
maker ever in international cricket. The consistency at which he's been doing it, for a guy like that to go 2 years without 100, I mean, that is absolutely so shocking. I think it's almost completed 2 years now, and it's so saddening. Firstly,
And
uh
I think it will be December 2 years over. क्योंकि December 2019, I remember, just before going to Australia, he scored that pink ball century,
yeah,
Bangladesh
okay,
Stadium.
fine.
Yeah.
Man, I think, see, again, the turnaround needs to start from the top, and whoever you consider the people at the top, let it be Pujaras or the Kohlis, or let it be through the captainship role, the change has to start at the top, and it starts with showing some mettle. It starts with showing some patience, which the Indian cricket team, especially our batsmen, clearly have lacked. And I know when I say this, it sounds quite uncly. I don't know, यार हम
Frankly,
एक I don't know if that's a great word to use, but
हमारे
यार,
जमाने में तो ये होता था.
ये हमारे जमाने में तो ये होता था, हमारे टाइम में तो बहुत पेशेंस होता था.
अरे,
एंड स्पेशली वी हैव grown up watching the likes of Rahul Dravid. We have grown up watching the likes of Mike Hussey, Ricky Ponting, and a little towards the west, we've seen Jack Callis, Graham Smith, and all these people. Such patient builders of great knocks, and that's what Test cricket always demands. It's sort of disheartening to see that, and this is not just the case with the Indian team, it's the case with a lot of teams right now. The amount of white ball cricket that is going on around, the patience level has dipped down so bad. We are seeing more and more of this, that on a tricky wicket, any scores of 300, 350 are totally unseen. If the wicket is a little tricky, 200, 250 is max. That's a cutoff point, isn't it,
Anurag,
these days?
it just makes me feel secure कि सचिन का रिकॉर्ड है, कोई नहीं टच करने वाला उसे. वो 15,000 रन, भाई. 15 टेस्ट मैच नहीं
And
खेलते यहाँ पे लोग.
yeah, I mean, yesterday I was just about mentioning this to my dad that Joe Root had become England's all-time highest run scorer, and for a while he
15,000.
wasn't actually believing. Yeah, and then I mean, I think he was considering, just as he didn't really get the point when I said it. So again, then he asked me, how much does Sachin have? It took a while for me to recollect, and it was 34,000.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, when you say safe, we can place as many bets as we want. It's totally safe.
Yeah, bilkul, bilkul, of course. But yeah, all right. Enough commiserations on that. Must give credit to Jimmy Anderson as well, especially that Pujara delivery was too good for Pujara. I
Brilliant.
agree. I mean, and it's just that it's not that delivery for me. It's like in general, also
The
Pujara didn't
setup.
look completely at ease. and उससे पहले भी he had क्या बोलते हैं, he had been adjudged out but had just not been out, and उसके बाद just getting out like that. But anyway, all right, but coming back to the whole scheme of things, कल जितना भी क्रिकेट मिलता है खेलने को यार अनुराग, व्हाट इज योर अप्रोच गोना बी? एंड जस्ट अ ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन एट द एंड, if by the end of the series it's a 2018ish result, matlab we win in spirit but lose in reality, or just lose in spirit and reality, I don't know. I mean, London spirit everywhere. But yeah, what would your opinion be? Because frankly, अगर किसी ने bowling lineup के ऊपर अगर आंख भी उठा के देखी तो उसको चप्पल जूते मारने चाहिए, क्योंकि bowling lineup इससे ज्यादा आपको कुछ करके दे नहीं सकती. Literally अब मैं मर जाऊं वाला मीम ही आएगा.
Yeah.
Literally इससे ज्यादा क्या करेंगे? So when is it that we start looking inwards and start looking at this batting? And I know first casualties maybe people will say कि इनको तो टीम मैनेजमेंट में निकाला, ये निकाला, वो निकाला. बट टू बी ऑनेस्ट पहले वो जाएंगे, उन्हीं के साथ साथ फिर आपके जो बाकी दोनों हैं, एंड एवरीवन नोज मैं किसकी बात कर रहा हूँ, पहले दो कौन और बाद के दो कौन. ठीक है, तो it has to start. अगर आप नहीं कर रहे हो तो you are literally wasting a crop of players, because I think youngsters need to come in now. We talked about this yesterday. 25 से कम का एवरेज है ऑलमोस्ट 3 साल से. ठीक है, और वहां पे चेतेश्वर पुजारा का भी एवरेज देख लो तो ऐसा कोई महान एवरेज नहीं होगा.
Absolutely not.
When, yeah, so I mean, I'll just take a few comments and then I'll come to you. Just your final comments on what do we do tomorrow, and a bit on this.
Yeah.
With regards to Puji and Rane, and and let's guys, we spoke about Bumrah and his lack of form before the test match started. He shut us up. He was brilliant,
Big
and
time.
I raised my hand, and I'm just happy and relieved to see that that injury really hasn't affected him, because at points last 12 to 16 months it looked like it was impacting him, and it doesn't seem so. I think the 1 month has done him very good, and all the other bowlers are fantastic, but batsmen, we have been questioning them since, wow, I don't remember, probably Australian tour. I guess TSD में तब first test match cover किया था अपन ने.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Has
guess
to be.
Australian tour से. We had an innings or two from here and there in Australia.
I guess
yeah,
that's when we started our lives. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Around about.
All right. All right. So yeah, Tejdeep is getting back at Nathan, says, yeah, he outclassed Butler, Burns, Lawrence, but couldn't do so with Root, buddy. That's the problem. How good is the rain? It sucks, man. It sucks. As good as your Olympics team. Oh, Nathan, come on. That's.
I'm coming home. Wow.
Oh. All right. I'm not even going that. I'll take offense to that, Nathan. But yeah, fine, fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, today Germany hosted their first ever men's official match, tri-series along with France and Norway. Germany hosted their first women's international way back in 1997. All right, that's interesting. That's exciting.
Okay,
That's
we're talking
I'm
cricket,
assuming
right?
it's a T20 match. Yeah, I'm assuming it's a T20 match.
And yeah, talk about. You've just taken offense to something he said.
Yeah, I'm not. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
Did you take me seriously, Nathan?
And
what are you so serious about? You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Mute.
I'm confused. What have I missed? I just said what's so serious?
I think it was this comment.
He said, as good as the Olympics team. I'm confused. You're taking pot shots now, is it? Huh?
Mind games before the big game tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. I get that. I'm sure you're not going to be up watching it. It must be like 2:30. Yeah, 2:30 your time in the morning.
Well, I haven't slept for the last 2 days, so I probably might still be up.
Yeah, I think 2:30 is still a fine time for to be up at least. I mean, to wake up it's just never in contention. But yeah.
All right. So Nathan, just we were coming towards the end of it, but yeah, I'd just like to get your opinion on the match. Fantastic comeback by England. Jimmy Anderson, evergreen as always. But you know what worried me? India showed the same chinks in the armor as they've done in the last 2 tours. This, as an England supporter, must be really, really nice to see for you, because you guys know you can get this attack.
Well, if we're being honest, we've got 364 bowlers that can bowl in the home pitches. We've got about 3, and they always seem to be on the physio bench that can bowl away from home. So there's never been an issue or a worry about that. But I thought at the start, your openers were absolutely superb. I got very frustrated and turned it off, so I missed Rowitt's dismissal. But again, the Jimmy, I could give you 619 reasons why he's so good, but I'm sure you'd horse very soon.
Yeah, I mean,
He had to rub that in, yeah.
There is a real, like, I know I shook the jokes around, but there is a real risk that we've seen the last of this first game. There is a very good, well, I say good, it's not a good opportunity. There's a good chance that this is the end of the test match. And the worst part is, I've had about 20 minutes rain today outside my house, and that is it. I think we need to start building stadiums near me, because I barely, your players have actually seen more rain than I have since they've arrived.
Wow. How far are Preston and Nottingham? Just for our information.
Well, for people in India, it's about next door, but it's about 2 hours.
2 hours. All right, 2 hours. So I'm assuming 60 miles, 80 miles.
No, about 100, 120.
100
Most of it's motorway at 70.
All right. So yeah, so I mean,
the roads are better, I guess.
Far. That's not, yeah, I mean, of course they are. That's not that far anyway, but oh God. You've been talking about no rain this entire time. When we were in Southampton, getting drenched in that weather, there was no rain up north where you are. When we were setting up in Nottingham with all this premonition of rain, you mentioned there wasn't any there, but I think rain seems to follow Indian cricket. I think the next test match is at Lord's. I think I am pretty sure London will be raining all over next week.
Absolutely. I've checked the early forecast for Lord's. Not a drop of rain is expected at this stage, but obviously we are about a week away. But when you were in Southampton,
I'm sure it will find its way.
When you were in Southampton, there was 15 miles of rain in England, and you were there.
Just 15 miles. Oh God. I don't even want to get into that, but yeah, just looking forward to it, Nathan. Now that you've really burst our bubble by telling us this test match is probably over, let's assume that somehow, somewhere, we do get some cricket. How much time do you think will we need in total to get a result? A day and a half.
With the way our middle order bats and yours is batted at the moment, it depends on Pant. Because if he stays in for an hour, he probably outscores both of our teams.
Wow. Absolutely, I think, and even KL Rahul. I think I was very impressed with him today. And
he was superb.
First test match back after a very long time.
It was a poor drop. Well, I say poor drop. It should have been caught. But end of the day, you look at that pitch, and apart from Joe Root, nobody's putting it up there with him. And we always look at innings of 100 plus where we say, what a superb innings. But we never mention the drop catches there. So it's a drop catch. But I think we would have got 2 more. Had we taken the catch, I think we would have got another wicket in that spell at least. So I think it's kept the game open if the rain stays away. But the weather for tomorrow is actually got a warning that it's extremely torrential rain, and the percentage on it out of 100 is about 80. So I'd plan not to be watching it.
Thanks for informing us, Nathan. So that means we don't need to delay our live tomorrow, or probably don't even need to have a live because we'll be so pissed off by the end of it. I guess. Let's all enjoy our Friday evenings, I suppose, guys. Chill.
At least you'll be dry, unlike your players.
Sorry?
At least you'll be dry, unlike your players.
We will. Yeah, there is no chance of rain here. But
yeah, definitely not.
I get your point.
Get your reservations done. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. All right, I'll take a few comments, Nathan. Just for fun, I'll ask you and Anurag to make a prediction for tomorrow. Supposing we have like a session and a half of cricket, I know it's not going to happen. But say we do, because we got to make some kind of prediction anyway, and I got to end the show after that. So yeah, I'll go. Yeah, it was How does Dom Sibley start over Hasib Hamid? Yeah, I mean, I want your answer for this before I go ahead. How? He can't even catch.
I think what we forget to look at is obviously in 2016 was it when he made his debut and was absolutely superb in India. He then came back to Lancashire for 2 to 3 years and he averaged about 12 in total. So obviously that's why he couldn't get back in.
But he
And
scored like 4 or 5 centuries this season, hasn't he?
he's only recently he's obviously coming back into form. And I know Sibley's only scored, I think, 13 games. He's been there long enough. I do think the change is going to be
Isn't that a
two.
telling factor, Nathan? Like the current form of you look at Sibley's current form and you look at Hasib Hamid's current form. Isn't that a telling factor?
I think the change will be in any game now. It might be game 3, but I'll be unless Sibley obviously plays second test and scores big. I think Hasib might come in. But the one thing I would do is actually swap. I'd do the swap now and say to Sibley, go back to Warwickshire. You've got a big future because you're only 23, 24. Learn how to rotate the strike. If you can rotate the strike with your temperament, you'll be one hell of a test player. But he takes 5, 6 deliveries, then he'll get a single, whereas obviously you want to look for more of a 2, 3 deliveries. So once he can learn to rotate the striker much better, I think he'll be one stern top player. His boundary count seems to be all right, like percentage-wise. It's actually pretty good because obviously once it's on his legs, he tends to hit it for boundaries. So there's nothing wrong on that end. Just like I said, it's the rotation of strike. It's good to see Hasib, though, just put a personal point. I obviously liked him at Lancashire, but it just didn't come back well. So I was full in agreement for him to move on and just have a fresh start. And he probably couldn't join a much better team because their players are a lot more attacking. So he can just drop anchor and bat at 44, 45 strike rate. And nobody will bat an eyelid at the strike rate just because everybody around him fits his style.
A bit like England, isn't it? I mean, if you look at Butler, if you look at Stokes playing, maybe Bairstow who's playing, you would expect them to go at a decent clip, and maybe a similar role there, for Hasib there. But again, you're right. If he himself is going at 40, 45, with Rory Burns up top, again, you don't know how much time you'll take to get it going. But yeah, all right. I'll carry on with the comments. Classic Rahul, maybe about tomorrow's match. All right, I don't know what. All right, he's guessing what you were saying anyway. Nathan, Manchester Originals won today, the women. All right, congratulations on that. I suppose I know.
We beat top of the league. And it's not a we, so I'm not supporting him still. I'm a Lancashire fan, not a Manchester Originals.
So after this, I have a question on the 100 for you as well. I've been reading a lot and listening to a lot of people of that. Not for one versus England 2018, not for one West Indies, not for one England. First captain to score 3 golden ducks in Test format. All right. Suppose the longer you play, the more records you get. Lords, in Lords, I mean, Pratnesh means Sam Curran will be enough in Lords for India to take care of India basically. I don't know if it will rain or not at Lords, but there will be clouds when India will bat in that game. I'm 100% sure that there will be clouds. Jimmy on Rishabh Pant, a cracking battle awaits day 3 if bursting clouds stay calm for a bit. They won't, as we've been already told. All right, I don't know why the hell is StreamYard getting stuck now. Yeah, danger zone alert. Rohit has been dismissed between overs 20 and 31 in 5 or 6 innings he opened in away tests. I mean, it's not really a danger zone. If he's getting to the 20th or the 30th over, I'm happy with him. What's the point of this? It's not gold, Ravi Dahiya. All right, it's fair enough. I mean, I know a British boxer. I'm forgetting his name, Beckett, right? I'm not entirely sure. It's what his name was, but yeah, a British boxer also talked about it, saying that he was very disappointed. He says no one wins a silver, you lose a gold, and he talked about that. So it's fair enough if Ravi has that mentality.
Seems like a mentality monster, huh?
Yeah, as I said, if he's just 23, next Olympics are 3 years down the line, and if you've got that mentality, you're going to be 26, you're going to be at a peak. Go for the gold, buddy. All right. Coming back to the two of you, I'll get some fan predictions before we call it a night. Nathan, I'll start with you. As I said, suppose we get a session and a half, let's say 40, 45 overs tomorrow, 40 overs. No, I'm not even going to go 45 because a day is 80 and mm, according to the over rate, I'll give you 30 then. But you're all right. I'll give you 40 overs. But, if we had 40 overs in, where would we be situated tomorrow?
We might get lucky with 3 deliveries, like we got 1, 2, 3. We might start building our way back up. But prediction, if we get 40 overs, India, what, 127 for 4, was it, at close of play?
Yep.
Yeah, the
125 for 4.
Yep. 125. I can't see him lasting long, especially if it stays dry. I don't see the sun coming out. So 160 all out. England, 40 for 4. With Joe Root still in. And only Joe Root in Lawrence in.
I'll tell you now. I mean, those final few runs which Sam Curran sort of just about mustered at the end of the day. I mean, look at how crucial they turned out to be.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Even when Sam
Vital,
Curran
man.
was hitting those 4s and 6s, it did seem like this is going to come and bite us in the ass, and it
Yeah.
could. Technically speaking, India is just like what 58 runs behind. So I don't know if they'll get out of
I mean,
160, but I
if
don't.
as Nathan mentioned, if we get bowled out around about 160 to 190, then it'll be his knock which will make a very big difference.
Yeah, and it'll be a straight shootout, wouldn't it be? Right, like
Yeah, absolutely.
between the second innings, whoever plays the second innings better, and I fully expect both the teams to suck at it. But yeah, Anurag, what about you? 40 overs tomorrow?
Uh, I think, yeah, I think Nathan's prediction is pretty much spot on. But I think I would still back our batsmen to just about take us past the 200 mark. Nothing beyond. Maybe not 4, but definitely a couple of wickets down England. They'll try to bat the day out. I think Sibley. I think I know. I mean, he's not been doing well. I don't expect him to pull off a miracle or something. He'll be gone for sure. The If we get another opener, I think that'll be great. I all of this in that hypothetical scenario where we get these many overs. Let's say I think we're all in for a very dry, nothing much happening Friday night. So that's it.
All right, all right.
So just to add, it's a shame we're not going to get 30 overs a day, because then we'll be finishing test matches like we did in your country.
Yeah, I think even if we could get like an Ahmedabad 2 days, at least we got like 150, 160 overs in that
Yeah.
test match, right? It's
Yeah.
for the 4 innings. But I don't think we're going to get that either, here in the rest of the match that is remaining. Just a final question to you, as Tejdeep says, and thank you so much, Tejdeep, for still watching. You're probably the only one who's watching us right now. Thank you so much. India all out for 220, he says. I think that will be like a 30 odd run, 35 run lead for India. I don't know how much that will count for unless it's 40 for 4, as Nathan says. But Nathan, just a final comment from you on the 100 and its reception. We've been seeing full grounds, full crowds, youngsters coming in, people really enjoying themselves during the 100. There being some action-packed cricket, of course. You're going to have world-class cricketers. You're going to have good cricket coming in, especially the women's side of things, where the playing field I feel is way more diverse because you've got almost women from all over the world, the top players, and it becomes more competitive. With the men's game evolving as much, how do you see this 100 coming in, and do you think eventually it will eat up into your T20 competition, or you will continue having these both of them separately?
Well, it's been taken over. It's been taken quite well overall. Actually, you've obviously got your traditionalists who like your Test cricket only, etc. But overall, it's taken quite well. The one rule I personally quite like is after the 5th ball, you can actually opt to let the bowler bowl 5 more straight out. So if that bowler's obviously put a lot of pressure on him, he's got another 5 deliveries rather than have to hope.
Does the bowler change ends, or he bowls from the same end?
You bowl 10 at the same end 10 times, okay. But you can change bowler after 5. But if, like I said, if you're got someone like Rashid Khan, who's just got like a double wicket maiden, it'd be great to keep him. Well, the bowling side would be great to keep him on. Will it emerge with a T20? I don't see it. I think they'll be split for the reason of they're the ones with the audience, and that's where they're going to make the money. The reason they sold so many, though, was because to give out about 100,000 free tickets across it. So that's where they got the audience looking busy. But they had to because of obviously all the criticism they had. No one's going to turn down a free. Well, very few people turn down free tickets when they get them.
Of course, I mean, of course, and I suppose it's a bit of a carnival atmosphere as well. As we wrap up, Nathan, probably you might be interested.
Big
It's
one.
official. Messi will not
Yeah,
continue with
I'm just
Barcelona.
watching Fabrizio Romano's tweet. He's mentioned Lionel Messi will not continue at Barcelona.
Yeah.
Oh,
It could come Preston.
Of course. Why not? Why not?
We could fit him in somewhere.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think you'll have to just pay around about 1.5 million quid a week, which I think can eat up like half the bread and butter of the entire Preston team, or more if I
we
if I
don't
must
pay
say.
that a month. We're quite close to that a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I think many clubs would go bankrupt at this point, trying to afford Leo. But
Yep.
if he's not going to continue there, God knows where he's going to go.
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah,
But he plays straight down middle, doesn't he? He could. No, if he plays in straight out middle, City might go for him instead of Harry Kane.
Exactly.
That's being talked about.
I
That's
think
being
Harry
talked
Kane is
about right now.
stuck. I think it's
Yeah.
done for Harry Kane. If he's not
I mean-
continuing, he goes for a free, doesn't he? So
Yeah,
instead
it's
of
it's
paying
like
150
Pep Guardiola has
million
loved this girl all this while, and in an
Yeah.
arranged marriage he's got a better one, and he'll be running after
No,
Messi.
no,
Is
no,
that
no.
what he's going to
The
do?
other thing, it's the other way around, bro. So he had this forever lover. She kicked him out, or he kicked him out, whatever. And
Okay,
he's now
I think
pursuing
it
this
works that way.
other partner. And now the partner is showing signs of coming in, while the other one just rings him up for a booty call, and he's all like, "Tada," and he's off. That's all
Uh,
it is.
the official
Anything.
statement with him says, despite having reached an agreement between Barca and Messi, and with the clear intention of both parties to sign contract
Oh
today, it will
Lord,
not
this
be
has
possible to
happened.
formalize.
What a time to be live and alive.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Actually, FC Barcelona have actually put a post. Messi will not continue. Wow!
All right. Well,
Wow! This
my
is really
Twitter
the end of an era
WhatsApp is
now.
blowing
Yeah,
up. Nathan,
yeah.
do you have any La Liga fans there in Preston? I'm sure there must be a lot of people saying it, but talking about Spanish football there. Yes, no,
No, we
none.
because a lot of Preston are like Man United, City fans, etc. The only time we really hear much about La Liga is obviously through the Champions League. You might hear about a bet that they've got on when there's 3 weeks to go of who's going to win the league, but no, I don't really speak to any of my friends about it. You might hear
So
about
yeah, I
Messi. That's kind of big news.
yeah, it is. It is.
Huge.
I think Messi is going to City. I think it's. I just. I don't
Can
even
I tell
feel
you
bad for
something?
Harry Kane.
With Lionel
I'm just
Messi,
laughing at
with
Harry
Lionel
Kane.
Messi, you never know.
No, the
Last
thing
time,
is, I see the
That's
thing
why
is.
they signed Jack
he-
Grealish because Messi wanted him.
imagine breaking the British transfer record for Jack Grealish and immediately getting
Imagine signing for
Lionel
City for
Messi.
100 million and still being on the bench
It's
because
going to be
Messi's there.
interesting.
Oh,
Well, they
Lord,
play
Lord.
67. The thing is, though, they do play 60, 70 games a season. So even on a rotation basis, he plays 40 games a season at worst, really. So he's got enough games to pick him in if he doesn't start in, week out.
Similarly, I mean, Nathan, similarly, Gabriel Jesus and Bernardo Silva also get enough games. I mean, they do get 30 appearances, 35 appearances a season. I don't know if
But
you spend
again,
100 million
but
for
the other
that.
thing will be
I
for
suppose then the
clubs to be
money is
able to
all
afford,
it
right?
doesn't matter, I suppose. Yeah. What?
But the clubs to be able to afford his wages, right? Like, see, at especially with the English football that we follow, United fans keep crying over David De Gea and Paul Pogba's wages, which are like around less than
350.
400k. And now you're talking about a footballer who's just rejected. He didn't want the half of 2.5, which is like 1.2 million. He did not want 1.2 million
It's
because
not.
that was less for him.
It's not like he didn't want. Barcelona just can't afford to register
For
him.
him, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think
Even till
they've cut down that wage bill. Yeah, I've been reading about it, but I
finally
didn't know it will be
they've been
this
held
serious.
accountable. Finally,
Yeah,
they've been held accountable, and it's their own making. This is a disaster for Barcelona. I'm sure there are people at Camp Nou crying right now, but yeah, it's a disaster.
people in India are crying right now, I'm sure.
I don't get it. Like it's okay. I think it's
है
over now.
यार
I'm
भक्त लोग है अभी
bored
क्या
of
करें.
Messi anyway. But I'm just laughing. I'm sorry. I know a lot of. If any of the Barcelona fans watch this, they'll just curse me. I don't feel sorry for your club. I don't know. I just don't.
I've been to 500-600 games in North End. I don't cry over anybody going. We had Paul
Of
Gallagher play
course.
320 games.
Exactly, Nathan. And be happy he scored like a gazillion goals for your club. Move on.
It was a bit
I'm
like
unable to
Fernandez.
process
He
what's
scored a fair
happening
few
firstly,
pens.
but yeah,
Sorry?
I'm unable to process what's happening firstly. Is this for real?
It is happening, bro. I'm
It's quite
checking and it's
funny. I
all
mean,
there. It's
it's
all
quite
in my
hilarious.
feed.
It's not like shocking in a depressing way. It's quite funny.
I don't know. We were supposed to quit like 10, 15 minutes back. Then Messi news
Yeah.
broke. Like, what do I do? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Who do you want to get someone on this live now, right now, talking about Messi? I'm thinking we have safe for that. Let's assess the situation. What we'll do is we'll try to do a Messi update tomorrow. AP. We'll try to get Nathan
Yep.
in, get a more European perspective. Him being nearer to Manchester, is he getting any feelers? Nathan, please tap into your Man City friends and do let us know if there are any rumblings there because this is huge. He's probably gonna run towards Papa Pep.
I also have one or two close contacts at North End. I'll check with them as well, just to be safe. You don't want to risk
Just
it.
to, yeah, you just to cover all your bases. Of course, you're right. You're right there. You're right there. Who's Preston's biggest rival?
Who's Preston's biggest diver?
Rival.
Oh, Blackpool.
Black.
Oh,
Oh, well, he's definitely not going there. So.
at
Well,
least
they've just got
Blackpool have had
promoted.
one Ballon d'Or winner. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a second. I'll just tell my brother. Messi is officially leaving Barcelona. Barcelona have announced. Barcelona have announced. Barcelona have announced.
What, bro? What the fuck?
Please ask
Yeah.
Sulaksh to check his WhatsApp. Somebody's having a meltdown at Kushagra's place.
As we speak, my friend
Yeah.
has just tagged me in the Messi leaving and saying, "Is he
Yeah.
coming to Preston?" See, I've got my contacts asking me, "Is he coming to Preston?"
Does this run in your blood? I mean, this is just quite fantastic. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
I don't know. I love this. I mean, this is epic. But yeah, I mean, all the best to Leo. Whatever his future endeavors are, we have no idea what's going to happen. Wait, let me.
FC Barcelona have literally thanked him for his service and wished him best for the rest of his life in their official statement. Okay, this is way more true than. See, exactly what I said when it's difficult to process. I think now you get
It's
it.
really. I mean, you never thought this is like the blue moon. This is like a once in a blue
This
moon.
has
People
come out
say
of
that,
blue
right?
moon. Out of the blue moon,
People
right?
say once in a blue moon, but we all know blue moons don't exist. What the fuck? This has really happened. I never thought he would leave. I thought there'll be a whole drama about it as it has always been.
Yeah, like
And
that
I thought if he had to
facts
leave,
thing last time. Yeah.
Bureau facts, no, right? I thought if he had to leave, he would have left last year. I'm stunned that he's leaving this year. It's with Joan Laporta there, with
Who is going to
Pep
take him?
maybe
This should
leaving.
be fun. Yeah, this will be very, very fun.
I'm 100% sure he's going to City.
Yeah.
No one else can afford him, and the project is perfect for him. And recently, number 10 is also freed up there. So
Ooh.
everything's working for City.
Didn't they give it to Phil Ford? Oh, that was Arsenal. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Aguero said you should give it to Phil Foden, but they haven't announced it.
Lovely.
All right then. Let's see what Messi decides. And as we made our predictions for tomorrow as well, many best wishes to all the athletes competing tomorrow in the Olympics. Of course, all the English athletes as well, and just not your hockey team. We would like that bronze. Come on. As you said, you guys already have 50 medals. Why not let us have this one as well?
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes. But all the best to both the teams, and let's hope we can get some cricket in. I'm pretty sure we will.
If you do win, it was us being given as a charity event.
I just saw your
Where
screenshot which you just said. Lovely.
I've not seen this anything, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I will check it out. I'll respond to you on that, Nathan. I think there are a few more comments. I'll take them now. Messi is my favorite player, and that too coming to City. Please, don't just say it. I mean, don't say it for the sake of it. Is he a free agent now, Messi?
Yep.
Yes, Vipul, he is. Wait, let me Zoom call Uncle Pep. We need to grab this opportunity. Messi to Mumbai FC, yeah, whatever. Okay? This is like when you think something isn't going to bother you, but when it happens, then that's when it really hits you hard.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that was
wow.
your expression just now.
Yeah, Vipul's getting real deep here. He says, will he play for RCB? He might win us a title.
No, we
Looking at his
won't.
recent track record, I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah,
All right. On that note,
good way to
as
No
we
finish.
one,
cross the
We've touched the 1 hour
one will
mark. We
win.
just
No
no
one's
one
going to
one.
win RCB a trophy.
come on.
We'll be saying this when we're 92 and they get to the final. Will they finally win the first one? They'll probably just bottle it.
Kushagra,
With
you
me
must
that
admit that does
grand
not look like a
sound.
water bottle. That does
It's
not
too
look like
late
a
in
water
the.
bottle.
It
Yeah,
is not. It's
it
it's
is
an
not
old
so
vodka.
lovely.
It's an old vodka bottle which is now full of water.
Okay.
Glass is the best way of keeping water cold, really.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. All right. On that nice and high note, we'll Apuya and Messi. All right. Why not? Why not ISL and Messi surely coming to India, right? I mean, those are the days. But thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Anurag and Nathan, of course. We'll be live once again tomorrow, depending on how long the match goes. If it goes at all, we'll try to get in a definitive Messi update tomorrow, and I'll get that with Anurag, get on it, and maybe do a live. Maybe get Nathan on just for the bands. Why not? What he's heard from Preston and City sources as well. Why not? Maybe Villa, buying him for as a Jack Grealish replacement. You never know. Even Villa
Oh
have their number
God.
10 free right now, so you never know. So
Imagine
yeah, you
him
never
ending
know.
up at Manchester United.
His salary is he owns Villa Park now. I think that's what gonna done it.
On a 1 year deal, he gets.
On a 1 year deal. I thought you were gonna say on a 6 month contract because that's all Villa Park is worth. But okay, you put it for a year.
Shush,
It's
shush,
cool.
shush, 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 shush.
It's cool.
Thank God we don't have fans in England. But yeah, thank
I
you.
went to
That's a good.
I went to a Preston at Villa, and I was in the top tier. We were 2-0 down at half time, and we had the worst rush going, but we made it 2-2 with about 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes into the second half. It was crazy. We were all like pylon between us all. It was last man standing pylon.
Oh, I'm sure people right at the front must have a real experience getting hurt by that. I think on those pylons, and I think yeah, I've heard stories. People fall like 6, 7, 8 rows down when a goal scored because everyone from behind just comes on, and you just almost really just
Been
crunch
there,
there.
done that.
Yeah, people getting injured, breaking limbs there and stuff like that. So yeah,
You
as
don't
as,
tend
as
to
Nathan
break
says.
muscles, but you tend to have a bruise about 3 foot big on your leg, and you touch. It's like, where's that from? But it's because you fall outside and you whack your leg on a chair every time you fall
Oh,
down. It's like
I can just
that
imagine.
big.
Oh God, I can just imagine your shin just ramming into a chair. Oh God, that must hurt. But yeah, all right. Do keep an eye out for the live tomorrow. We should be live, I think, at 10. But if there's going to be any change, we'll let you guys know. Up until then, do give the Sports Doyen a follow. Thank you for being live with us for so long, and we'll see you soon.